Good morning, this is Nick from Prestman Auto doing a video walkthrough of our 2020 Subaru Ascent. So what I'm going to do is we're going to walk all the way around, we're going to check for any dents, scratches, any kind of blemishes in the outside. Then we're going to go inside, go over some of the features, make sure everything's, working properly. And then finally we'll pop the hood so we can evaluate just a little bit in the engine bay, just for good measure. So first impressions, obviously it's raining. Thanks Utah, that's awesome. But I'll be sure to stop and zoom in if I do see anything. So even though it's wet, you'll know exactly what's going on. Starting off in the front, it looks really freaking good. Normally you'd expect to see a little bit of rock chipping up here in the front, and there is a small bit right up in here, but it looks like those have already been filled. So really nothing too crazy. So you got 1, 2, and then 3. But not bad at all. So let's start going around, see if there's anything else we can find. If there is, like I said, I'll stop, zoom in, make sure you get a good visual. Tires on here are in really good condition, actually. That's fantastic. Got a little bit of a scratch right in there. So nothing major, more just like it's not really catching my finger, so you can probably just buff it out. Very little from about here to here, but again, good to know nonetheless. Good to know. And then you have another scuff right in here. This one's not even a scratch, it's just kind of a scuff. You actually might be able to just wash it off. But again, still good to know. Good to know. Stuck behind a tree back here, that's fun. All right, we're actually gonna go around. I'm not that skinny. There we go. Got a little dent right in there. Cool. Well, as far as the exterior goes, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Not bad at all. So while we're out here, I'm going to give you a little quick look around some of our lot. So this is about maybe 30% of our cars over here. We got more over on the other side of the building over there, and then we actually bought up the land next door. So we have even more on the other side of the building over there. We're expanding. We've been around for about 34 years. We sell more vehicles here than any independent dealer in the state, which isn't like super important to know, but I feel like when you're buying from out of state, it's nice to know a little bit about who you're working with. It's not like, yeah, we opened up a month ago and we're still figuring out what we're doing, So anyway, let's hop inside, check that out real quick. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna turn the car on, obviously, but when I do, I'm gonna leave the camera up here on the dash. That way, if there's any kind of warning lights or anything weird popping up, you'll be the first to know. So let's check it out. All right. So it looks like we've got 2 warning lights up right now. The first is my seatbelt light, which is, correct. And the second is the parking brake, which is also correct. The lights are also on, but that's kind of irrelevant. We'll turn those off real quick. There we go. Anyway, so everything up there looks super solid. Let's cycle through a couple things real quick just to be sure. Awesome. So as far as interior features go, you have quite a few of them. So I'm going to go a little bit fast just for the sake of time, so this video isn't like 30 minutes long. But up here, you're going to have your heated seats, which are always a pleasure. You've got your X mode, auto vehicle hold, as well as a bunch of plugins. A little more space down here to keep your phone. Let's check your AC real quick. Very much so working, and that is colder than I would like it to be right now. So up here you're gonna have your paddle shifters, which are a ton of fun. I don't know if you've ever driven a car with paddle shifters before, but I think they're really cool personally. You have your adaptive cruise control, which is awesome. You got your lane departure warning, pre-collision system, blind spot monitor, and a bunch of other fun stuff. So your mirrors, let's make sure they're working great. Beautiful, beautiful. They're folded in right now, but that's okay. Let's check they're moving right. There we go. Windows roll down, windows roll up, down, and up. You're also going to have a big old sunroof up top, which, okay, I'll be honest, a sunroof is not the most useful feature in the world. It's just not. But it's really cool. I like sunroofs a lot. I think they're a ton of fun. And then you got the flap back there you can close it up with. Up here, you're also going to have a big old center console. You can connect your phone. This one should have the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Let's check your audio system actually real quick. We're going to go to, let's go to your radio. There you are.
Forever now I drive alone past your street.
Beautiful, beautiful. And then obviously you have maps, and if it's missing anything else, you can download the app for that. So as far as interior condition goes, it's really good. I don't want to be just like a broken record and be like, it's amazing, everything's amazing, but it's really good. Like, I'm not seeing any rips, any dents, any tears, any stains, any discoloration, really anything. You got the really nice two-tone up here in the front, which is awesome. Back seats, same story. You got the captain seats. Looking solid. A little more space up here, and on and off. So we can go over features all day, but for the sake of time, we'll probably call that there. Let's pop the hood in the engine bay real quick. We'll check that out, and that should be good for our video. All right, so I don't know how mechanically inclined you are or aren't, but regardless of how much you know about cars, you should always look under the hood of any vehicle you're looking to buy. The reason being, even if you don't know anything that's under here, you at least know what neglect looks like. So if you've got like acid buildup, a bunch of green crud around your battery, if all your metal pieces are brown and covered in rust, and it just looks like an animal died in here, I'd probably ask some more questions at that point. That being said, this looks great. Actually really, really well taken care of. There's really not any rust on anything. Battery's in good repair. There's really not even much dust on it. So very, very good stuff in here. If you are mechanically inclined, we can go into a little bit more detail, but we'll keep this video pretty user-friendly for now. Suffice to say, when you pop the hood of an engine bay, this is exactly what you want to see. So if you have any other questions, or if there's anything that I missed on here, just let me know. I'm happy to show you anything on here. But for now, this is your new Ascent.